Hey everybody, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Eno.
We're really excited to be back, and today we're going to talk to you about what's coming in the next update. All right, let's dive right in. First things first, let's talk about the bug fixes. What were the two biggest changes that are going out into this update?
Right. So on the bug fixes side, I think the biggest lingering issue that we had from the previous patch was that the passive abilities of the heroes weren't actually leveling up properly. Even though you had a high-level hero, you didn't actually have a high-level passive ability on the hero. The passive ability was always stuck on level 1. We've taken care of that, so now after we patch, Everspark should release her critters on a faster cadence once we've leveled her up, and bricks, grenades that she fires at the buildings that she engages, those should be much more powerful now.
Great, so nobody will have to do anything. Those will just be fixed as soon as they download the update.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So, and on the balancing side, we've done a bunch of balancing changes. We've done some buffing on the hero side, so we've increased their damage, but I think the biggest one is probably the machine gun blind zone that we've added.
Yeah, machine gun got a big buff in the last update.
Yeah, so we've taken that down a notch. We haven't changed the damage that the machine gun or the rate of fire or anything like that. What we did is add a small blind zone. So with the blind zone, I mean the zones that mortar and rocket launcher have. We've added a tiny blind zone to the very extreme close ranges on the machine gun. So troops like warriors and critters can actually, if they can get close, they can take down a machine gun and the machine gun won't fire back.
That's really cool. So that'll be machine guns and warriors will now have a different kind of effect.
Yeah, they will have a different relationship. And like a longer term goal is to kind of develop more solid roles for each defensive building. So like flamethrowers will now be the de facto close range defensive building instead of a machine gun.
Got it.
Of course, that said, the machine guns, if you cluster them together, they will still be able to support each other. So it's only the machine guns that actually have enemies at very close ranges that won't be able to fire back at them.
Got it. And of course, we're going to have a lot more bug fixes and changes. Be sure to check out Reddit and the forums, and there we'll list them all. All right, so let's jump right in and talk about the new update. What's coming? Okay,
so first up, we have a new hero coming.
Awesome. Tell me about it. Where is he from?
So he's someone he actually was with the Resistance in the beginning of time, and then he disappeared. And it turns out he's been in the jungle, and lately he's been held by Lieutenant Hammerman. Mm-hmm. And if you beat Hammerman HQ 25, unlocks around HQ 7, you can actually get him on your side.
Okay, so at about headquarters level 7 or higher, you can unlock him.
Yeah.
And so what does he do?
So this guy is a support class, so he behaves like a medic, essentially. So he follows your troops around and heals them.
Awesome.
While doing that, his passive ability is that he also gives them a small damage reduction bonus. So while they're getting healed, they also take a bit less damage from
that's great.
fire.
So he's healing and preventing damage at the same time. Cool.
Like the other heroes that we've done, he has 3 abilities. And the first one is that he summons these live crystal critters. These small little guys are impervious to damage, so they can't be killed, but they do expire a short period of time. Okay. What they do is they follow your troops around and heal them. So if you want to buff your healing powers for a short time, you summon these guys and they will go to work.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Second ability is Crystal Shields. And what this does is it gives all the individual troops around the hero their own personal shield. And the shield will protect them from a bit of damage.
Okay, so within that radius, those troops will get a little shield, a personal shield.
Yeah. So, for example, if you have a group of Zookas that is about to get hit by a rocket barrage, then you can just deploy the shield.
Good time for the shield.
Exactly.
Okay, what's the third ability?
So the third ability is that the hero brings back fallen troops, so revives troops.
Oh, that's great. So if you have soldiers who went down on the battlefield, you can bring them back to the fight.
Exactly. How it works is it starts from the troops that died last and then brings them back in the order that they died. And if you don't have enough, then it will fill the rest of the capacity with riflemen.
Oh, great. So if you have no troops who have died yet, then it will bring up riflemen.
Yeah, so the idea is that you don't waste any of the, like if you use this immediately in the beginning of the battle, you won't waste anything, you will just get riflemen instead.
Awesome. could I revive like 10 tanks?
No, Ryan, you couldn't. How this works is there's going to be a housing space cap that increases every level, and that will determine how many troops of each kind you can bring back.
Got it. That's our third hero. And so we've got, it's going to be a medic type of hero. It's going to heal your troops and give them a little bit of a protection. And then the 3 abilities will be crystal critters that heal your troops, a protective shield that it can drop, and finally it will revive fallen troops. All right, so we have the new hero that unlocks at HQ 7. What do we have for the high-level players?
So for the high-level players, we have a pretty big new feature. One of the bigger things that we've been hearing from the community is that the high-level players, especially the ones who are completely maxed out, don't have anything to do anymore.
Sure.
And this has been a pain point that we would have wanted to address for a while.
Right, and one thing we didn't want to do was just introduce HQ 23 because there's really nothing too new there. It's just kind of more stats, more buildings, but no really new gameplay.
Yeah, and of course we might do that at some point, but this wasn't the right time for that because we want to also give some new gameplay through that update when we do it.
Right, so what do we have?
So what we're doing is we're bringing some gameplay to the map. At HQ 20, you will be able to max out your radar level, and that will allow you to explore the map. What we've done is added 6 tribes of natives to the map, and these kind of continue the story of the natives that never actually gets picked off. The story of the natives continues, so natives have actual capitals in the archipelago, and they want you to explore and liberate their sectors completely. So you need to explore the whole map to unlock this tribal gameplay.
Cool. So we'll have 6 sectors,
Yep.
and you can see them by zooming all the way out, and then you'll see where they are on your map.
Exactly.
So how do you unlock any one specific sector?
So any one specific sector unlocks when you finish exploring the regions. So you clear out the clouds in that
all the way to the
region.
edge of the map in that one sector.
Yeah.
Cool. So what happens when you unlock this sector, you explore the map, what do you get from these native guys?
So you're basically in the same boat, figuratively speaking, with these guys when it comes to fighting against like black card troops.
Yeah, so you've been rescuing them from these villages the whole way up to HQ 20, and now they want to help you out.
Exactly. So when you unlock the first sector, so you explore it completely, you will get a new place unlocking next to your island, which is a mine of sorts. And there you can use your resources to mine a special new resource we call power shards. And that the natives have massive statues in their villages that can be boosted using this resource.
So this is like a giant statue.
Yeah.
And it gives you a boost.
Yes. So the statues give you bonuses when you boost them using this new resource. And these bonuses are not static. So these are something that we're going to be changing on a cyclical basis.
Okay, so they'll change all the time. You won't just, like when you build a statue in your base, it's stuck. You get that bonus and that's it.
Yep.
But with these, they'll change regularly.
Right. We haven't really nailed down the cycle length yet, but let's say every 2 weeks or so, you will get new bonuses, the boost will be reset, and also the cost for mining the power shards will be reset. And then you can start over again and see which bonuses you would like to invest on.
Right, so each sector will also have a different bonus.
Yes.
So you're gonna have to kind of make a choice which place in the map you wanna invest in and which bonus you want.
And these bonuses won't be the same in each sector every week.
Okay, so it's gonna be a 2-week cycle and they all change.
Yeah, most likely 2 weeks.
Awesome. So to recap, in order to get these sectors, you're gonna zoom all the way out in your map and explore all the way to the edge, clear the clouds, and then you'll be able to work with those natives to get those massive bonuses.
Right. And the bonuses that we will start with are going to be themed around the current statue bonuses that we have, but they're going to be likely to be a bit more specific. So instead of getting a damage buff for all troops, you'll be able to increase the damage in a more significant way for a single troop during a single cycle, for example. And what's cool about this feature is we can actually keep adding these different bonuses and make them much more interesting over time. So giving movement speed bonuses on some weeks, or attack rate, or like increasing prototype durations, or decreasing prototype durations with increasing damage, or changing cost, whatever.
Or making machine guns really strong,
Yeah.
or warrior movement, all kinds of weird, different, cool bonuses in these sectors.
Yeah. So our goal with this is to be able to make the meta a bit more exciting for the high-level players.
Right, it'll give the high-level players a lot of options to play around with.
Yeah.
Awesome, so that's tribes.
So, there was one more thing.
Yes, in our last video we told you that Hammerman was feeling lonely.
Yeah.
And he's gonna build his Blackguard base builder. Now we can tell you that it's coming out with this update. Stay tuned, because we're gonna have a whole video explaining how you can build Blackguard bases. See you soon.